beautiful creatures. Welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name's Amy, and I'm so glad to have you. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm doing a pick a card all about the messages your ancestors have for you. So this should be a really insightful reading. The ancestors have been coming through many of my readings I just did, the last like 3 or 4. So if you've watched those and you kind of know, they tend to come around when I am throwing letters and charms. So anyway, these are the cards they guided me to use as your psychic linking objects. Now keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. So take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal and private readings and sessions. All that information and my social media will be down in my description box below. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? It's so good to have you. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and becoming a member of my tribe. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, what is up? How are you? It's always good to connect with your energy, and I truly appreciate you being here. And I just want to give a big thank you to my subscribers for all their support and donations and all the wonderful things that I've received from you guys. I appreciate you so much, and I'm so glad you joined me today. So these are the 3 cards. I will hold them up and read them for you. And so let's get into it. So the first group is Achievement. And that says, win the reward, accolade, or contract. And the symbols on these cards are magical symbols. This deck was created by a priestess. So this is a really cool deck. It's great. You can use it in actual magic or the craft if you practice, or the laws of manifestation. You can use these as kind of entry points for what you're trying to manifest. Okay. So, ooh. Okay. The OCD, just a moment. Okay. The second group is Happy Love, a joyful, stable partnership and good friends. Really cool energy there. You know what I'm getting, and I usually don't channel why I show you the cards, but I'm getting like a tree with names on it with these initials, like, you know, carving your names in the tree. Ah, okay. Wishes come true is the third group. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. Yeah. The feeling I get from this card is it almost feels like a frequency. So, it's really hard to describe. So, all right. So I will include a little video with some backing music. You can take a moment and kind of chill out and see which one of these groups you are drawn to. Now, I am going to be pulling or rolling dice to get your numbers of manifestation. And these are the numbers that I was guided to show for this opening. And I'm getting like rapid change, big change. This change is going to help align many people with their life purpose. So I haven't pulled these groups, so I don't know if that's part of what is going on in these readings from the ancestors, but that's just a little message there for you guys. So I will let you guys go into the video and see which ones you're drawn to, and I will see you, beautiful, magical creatures, next time. Bye, guys. Group 1, all of you that selected achievement, win the award, accolade, or contract. I'll give you guys another. Oh, try not to flash you guys with the light here. Okay, so that is your card. I have been directed to pull from certain cards I use for starseed readings. So your ancestor, time is an illusion. Okay, so your ancestors could actually be like future selves. This could be also an alien or other dimensional connections you have, like family connections, what we would call family. And it could be ancestors here, but they're all wanting to come through my starseed cards. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. Be sure to take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Okay, I'm being drawn to this really cool Mystic Martian deck. It has such cool energy. Oh, let's go ahead and do the numbers, okay, so I don't forget. Numbers of alignment for group 1, numbers of alignment for group 1. Okay, we have 6, 6. Is that another 6? You got 3 6s here. So, not meaning to yell. 3 6s here. We have a 2, a 4, and a 5. So 4, 5, 6 as well. And then 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 2. Okay. Yeah, major changes in, it feels like your material world. This could be manifestations. Let's get into the cards now and see. But these are also the numbers of alignment of this message. All right. Okay, we're going to take this one. We have Lyran, strength, courage, bravery. Okay. I feel like for some of you guys, this achievement requires bravery on your part. And it feels like a decision that you're going to have to make. And there's a lot of healing going on of your self-confidence. This came through in another reading. I don't remember which one, but this message of healing your solar plexus is coming forward. This is about being true to who you really are and no longer hiding it. That takes bravery. And I feel like I'm getting a message of like, this is a generation of courage and bravery. This is a generation of like people who break like generational curses and hexes and things like that, healing very damaging patterns in families, things like that. I'm getting 3 cards from the Blue Messiah deck. Okay, we have self-love here. Okay. A lot of you are, like I said, healing your solar plexus, and through that, there is a lot of self-love. It's like a circle. The self-love breeds more confidence, and the confidence breeds more self-love. So the more acts of self-empowerment you can do, the stronger and more courageous you will feel. And some of the most brave steps towards really expressing your authentic self-realization, as some people say, is making those choices that serve you best. And sometimes it's in our best interest to make decisions that it serves us to make decisions that positively affect others sometimes. But sometimes those decisions call you to get out of your comfort zone. And that's what I'm feeling. Like you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone to get on this pathway. This is the 666 pathway. This is the pathway to manifesting into reality those changes and spiritual alignments that you have already conquered, you've already earned. And I hate to use the word earn because we're worthy of everything right now as we are. We don't have to change. But part of the pathways we have chosen to experience in this lifetime on earth is to align with the energy, to feel what it feels like to raise our vibration, what it feels like to achieve goals. These are things that we wanted in this pathway. Okay, so this is the journey you're on towards achieving either, it could be a goal of healing trauma, it could be a goal of manifesting, a partnership, or it could actually be like manifesting money. All of those things are powerful and beautiful manifestations. But I think there's a message here also. You have to be willing to slow down and take care of yourself. A lot of times when we are on a journey to achieving something like this, where it feels like a major shift in your life, in your consciousness, we have to slow down and take care of ourselves. Some of you guys may have some health problems. You may have anxiety and things like that. You may have ADHD. So when you start really going towards a goal, it's almost like it consumes you. Some of you may get a little manic when you're creating and things like that. I get into a lot of chaos when I'm creating, so I understand this. And sometimes it's really hard to slow down the tornado that we become. And I feel like part of the self-love is you, instead of you pushing through, because I feel like this group has had a lot of pain. So pain has never kept you from anything. However, you don't need to push through all the time. You don't need to push your body or your mind. It should be fun. It should be relaxing. It should be something that you love to do. If this is your goal, this should be something that that you're working on. You're working on manifesting it and mastering it. And that takes time. And this group, your achievement is all about divine timing. And that divine timing has to do with you taking care of yourself and slowing down, all right? Because what I'm seeing here in this card is as you love yourself more, your crown chakra is just going to light up. There's also another chakra above your crown. And I feel like for many people, they feel like their higher self moving through that crown chakra, through that chakra that's above into the crown. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're going to start being in more communion with your higher self, your guardian angel, whatever label you put on it. Okay. It could be a starseed ancestor. It could be a future self. There's a lot of labels. And for me, the labels don't matter. Okay, the paradigm doesn't matter. What matters is the energy coming in to your crown chakra. And I feel like there is, and see this, it almost feels like a cross on this person's face. And I'm feeling this energy of like, this is a sacred happening. This is a sacred alignment with a life purpose here. There's achievement of goals and dreams. And what is achievement to one person isn't achievement to another. So just keep that in mind. Wealth to one person isn't wealth to another. Wealth to some people is having a quiet place where you can do your work and live in peace and harmony with nature. For other people, it's having that big house on the big hill with the big car and all that stuff. So, and on this channel, we don't judge what people's goals and dreams are. Okay, that's not what we're about here. We, meaning me. We're about helping people find liberation and happiness. Because the world programs us for misery. But truly, as human beings having a spiritual experience or a spirit having a human experience, we're here to experience joy as well. Life should be joyful. Life should be a journey where we learn and we grow. We all decided to do that before we came here, that's what this is. It's a grand experiment in human consciousness and what being both primal and spiritual and having this mental state in between is all about. And it's not just about misery, okay? It's a lie that you were born to experience misery. Okay, misery is part of being here, but you're really born to experience more happiness and joy through connecting in the moments. There's a level of self-mastery that comes to people when the life, the program, the surroundings send us negativity, send us stress, send us worry and grief. There's a self-mastery that comes when you acknowledge it. You're not in denial of it. You validate it, it's there, and sometimes you feel sad about it, but you don't allow the external world to dictate who you are or your emotional, mental, or spiritual state. You validate yourself. This group is all about getting into self-love to the point where you are self-validating and no longer depending on the simulation, the world, people around you, whatever, to validate you. And what happens is that symbols and letters, numbers, all kinds of, I'm getting letters, like repeating letters for you guys, which is different. I usually get repeating numbers, but there's something about words repeating. You keep seeing the same message literally written before you. And it's because some of you guys are still in really deep denial of your spiritual gifts. You're you haven't really walked into them yet. And spiritual gifts can manifest in all kinds of ways. They can manifest in being creative. A lot of great artists and musicians are very spiritually gifted. And they're aware that like musicians are like frequency magicians. They use the frequencies that are around us that we can actually hear. There are a chorus of frequencies we can't, but that's a whole nother video. So let's get into the third card. That's a lot of information, 2 cards. Okay, we have the heart compass. Okay, and some of you guys are really longing for, I'm feeling like safety, home, comfort. And this is interesting because I'm feeling like you need to get out of your comfort zone. So how do I work with that? When spirit brings me like, you need to get out of your comfort zone. When my ancestors are like pushing me to get out of my comfort zone, what do? I give myself more comfort. Okay, I give myself more freedom to fulfill the things that I need. And for me, I need to goof off and be a kid. I goof off on the internet all the time. That's why you guys should follow my other accounts. I often archive them after I've done it, but I allow myself to be goofy. I eat Twinkies. I watch Scooby-Doo. And I no longer feel bad about the things I do. You know, once you get into a state of self-love where nothing, and nobody can mess with your energy, it's a whole other game because you're more free to be who you are. And I feel like that's where you're going, but it's really important that you guys give yourself some comfort. The idea of comforting yourself may feel a little uncomfortable. And for those of you that it feels uncomfortable, it's because it is outside your comfort zone. Literally, you were not well nurtured. I can relate to this. You weren't nurtured as a kid. So it's almost like a form of self-mothering, self-parenting. And some of you guys need some self-fathering too. You know, you need it all. You need it in balance. But the way to really get through a time where we're getting more and more uncomfortable is to give ourselves more comfort so that when it's time to act, we have built and nurtured a level of courage and bravery through healing our solar plexus, through comfort, through understanding. And that means giving your inner child sometimes a voice, you know, and letting it speak its truth. It doesn't matter whether you tell anybody. And your experiences are valid because you had them. A lot of times, you know, when we have stuff go on, you know, our families live in denial because they have their own baggage and are dealing with their own stuff. And everyone has an internal universe that's very unique. But we all can agree that I think for some of you guys, some things have happened. Your version of them is yours and theirs is theirs. And I feel like there's denial here by some, okay? And it's important that you understand that as you go through this process of loving yourself and growing more, the truth will be revealed. It really will, especially if you've gone no contact. I did a no contact video. You guys might be drawn to that video because I feel like for some of you guys, and the ancestors are really, to like get to the point, Amy, for a lot of you, no contact is required for healing to really happen. And that doesn't mean forever, and it doesn't mean it has to be ugly. It can be a situation where you're like, you know, they call and you just let them know, hey, I'm going to be working a lot. And you're going to be working on yourself. Even if you aren't working more at your job, you're still working. What we consider work is so, you know, we only consider work when we go plug in for money. But no, when you're working on yourself, that's work too. And it needs its own space. And sometimes in order for you to go deeper and get into this energy, you have to give yourself space. And sometimes that's away from people, even people you have good relationships with. Some of you guys need a little bit of a hermiting situation where you can cocoon yourself in positivity, love, play, comfort, nurturing. You know, I feel like some of you guys just need to cry it out. I'm telling you, some of you guys are not okay with crying. You feel like you're going to lose control or you think it's weak. Listen, I found in my life, I didn't cry for years because I was so disassociated from my emotions. And you guys, you just need to give yourself some space. Tears are cleansing. They help the body the temple, the vessel that is so highly stressed because of what is going on in the world and in your life. Our inner worlds are reflecting our outer, that we just can't slow down. We can't give ourselves space. And I feel like for you guys, it's so important that you do that you slow down, you give yourself space to breathe. Um, yeah, let's get this other card here. We have the Tree of Life, 32. Okay, this Tree of Life is very healing. This is an extremely healing energy and connecting with Gaia. Some of you guys need to meditate. You need to do grounding. I'm getting like, okay, so this is a meditative practice, all right? If a lot of you guys probably know this, but I'm going to go through it anyway because I feel like some people may not. You can, and you don't have to meditate for hours, okay? Everyone is different, you make the rules. Remember that, okay? So you find a place to meditate, be it outside, inside, in your bathtub. It doesn't matter, laying down, sitting down, standing up, it doesn't matter, okay? But what you want to do is you want to mentally, first of all, you want to take a few deep breaths. Just kind of breathe in and out. It doesn't have to be forced. It can be very natural. We want to flow with our chi. We want to connect to Gaia. And what I'm getting here is like this is related. Okay. So this will help. This will help bring in the crown chakra, the higher self energy. So it'll help you ground it. So you want to take a few deep breaths. You can listen to frequency music, whatever you're guided to do here. For some of you, you need to listen to some crystal bowls while you do this. And you picture you can do your feet or you can do your root chakra, okay? Whatever makes sense to you. And you can picture it moving, like the energy of the root. I use red. Many people use red for the root. See it like having roots, literally roots that are going into the ground, okay? And into the ground, and see the roots growing through the floor of your house, wherever you live, the ground beneath you, the stone beneath you, the tree roots beneath you, the pockets of water going all the way down to the very center of the planet. And there many of you will find a goddess there that symbolically represents Gaia. Okay? That goddess, that god form can look like whatever it appears to you, whatever makes sense to you. Okay? Whatever your paradigm supports. Because we want to encourage the archetypal symbolism that you have in your subconscious, okay? Because that is the key to your internal universe, all right? So you want to connect with that. You connect with the energy through the root system, through the chakra system. You can connect with that energy, and you can, in your mind, releasing all the worry, the doubt, the fear through that root system that you established that is connected to her. Okay? And you can picture her receiving that energy. And to her, that energy, that negativity isn't bad energy. Okay? It's energy that she will naturally transmute, and you can see that returning to you. And let's just use a focus of her hands. Say she takes the energy within her hands. You see it, you move through her hands, going from, we'll just use black as a simple way to picture this. Move the black energy, the dark energy, the negative energy, whatever you want to call it, the baneful energy, whatever it is, through your hands, through her hands. And you can hold your hands and picture this as well while you're meditating if you want. I do that sometimes. And see the energies being changed. Her filtering the energy and turning it into white light, yellow light, green light. I use green light sometimes for healing. I use rainbow light for healing as well. And you want to see that energy pulling back up through that root system. You're going to pull it back. You're going to receive it, however that feels best to you, up through your own chakra system. You're going to pull it up through your root, through your sacral, through your solar plexus. You're going to pull it through your heart chakra, through your throat chakra, up to your third eye, through your crown. And some of you guys need to go ahead and go up to that upper crown chakra. I forgot what it's called. I want to call it a high heart chakra, but I could be wrong. You're going to go ahead and pull that energy up. And what's going to happen is some of you guys can picture as the energy moves up through each chakra, you can picture the density like popping off and disintegrating off of each chakra. Okay, as it moves up, take as long or the amount of time to this one doesn't matter that much. You can go as slow as you need to, go as quick as you need to. It doesn't matter. And as you connect with the higher self, as you clear the chakras, the system, you can allow the energy of God consciousness, of your higher self, to come through. Okay? And you can take that all the way back down through your root system to Gaia. Okay? And what's happening is you're creating like a system of connection, because Gaia and your higher self, God form, whatever it is, are connected. Okay, so you've actually like completed the circle there, and you can let the energy kind of move through you, through the goddess, through the higher self, whatever the symbolism is for you. Okay, and let it just kind of generate. And what you'll find is that clarity will be really powerful for you. You'll know how to move. You'll feel more aligned with your life purpose. You may actually find that you switch up a little bit what you're doing, or for a lot of you guys, your gifts are about to get really, really intense. That's part of this connection. Your ancestors are bringing this forward because a lot of you have a lot to give. Okay, there's a lot of things you can do to help our current generation. Okay, there is a lot of blessings for you, and there's a lot of healing. You guys are change makers, and I'm seeing like in generations. That could be your family. It could be that you're drawn to be a teacher, to teach young children or teach adults. I feel like a lot of you are teachers. You may be spiritual teachers. That won't resonate for everybody, but teaching, we teach each other all the time different things. We teach each other how to be kind when we're out in public, and we're kind to somebody and we receive kindness back. We teach each other things all the time. Like when someone gets messy with you, like at the store or something, somebody gets out of line, out of pocket, a Karen or whatever. Many times those kind of situations are about learning to assert self in a controlled way and not in a chaotic way. So we teach each other all the time when we interact. And it's not just about book learning. All right. So let me get a couple more cards here. I feel like you guys just have a lot of beautiful energy coming to you. Okay. And there is some adjustments that are coming that are going to help you achieve this goal or dream. If you don't have a goal or dream, doing this meditative exercise will definitely help you. Okay, it'll help you align with that thing you want. For some of you guys, you're in denial. That's okay. You may not know. You just may not have clarity about it. I'm feeling this card here, but it's coming for you. All right. Oh, and at the end of that, after that meditation, after you have cycled through, you can simply see your roots that you have connected to the goddess, Gaia, the planet, however it resonates. See those returning to you, okay? And you can also feel if there's any excess energy around you and pull that in like a bubble into your sacral chakra, okay, into your belly button, okay? That's how you can end it. But really, just take what I've said about that meditative process as a guideline and apply your own subconscious symbolism, and allow your higher self, allow your ancient ancestors to guide you on your process, because some of you guys have spiritual paradigms that are important because they help you connect with your ancestors. Okay, emotional freedom. All right. Okay, so I'm being returned to the whole crying thing. All right. Crying, there is nothing wrong with it. Some people may think you're a crier. Maybe you cry a lot. You have a lot to clear. You have a lot of emotion. You're an emotional creature. A lot of really sensitive people are highly gifted. That's part of it. That's part of the balance of it, And I feel like some of you guys have really stifled your emotion, especially any emotion that makes you feel weak, like crying, sadness. And listen, if you are suppressing that, you're not being your authentic self. Okay? And I know this is hard. I'm getting that when you speak, don't don't be afraid to speak. Don't filter it so much that you're scared you're going to rattle a cage, because you're a cage rattler and there's no way around that. You know, some of us have the ability to really catalyst others by the things we say. And sometimes that catalytic energy gets angry. And they're angry because you struck a chord with them. All right? Don't let anyone shame you from your tears or your sorrow or your depth. Don't don't hide it away. In fact, that's part of the bravery that's required here. You need to bring more of that out to let people see that although you may be tough and you may have been through a lot, you're still a human being, and you have emotions, and you get tired just like everybody else. And you're not expected to be a saint here. You're expected to be truly who you are. And I don't even want to say it's an expectation. It's actually a journey. A lot of us have to go on a very deep journey to give birth to that authentic self. That's part of what the higher self, guardian angel, ancestor energy is about. It's really, for this group, it's really about helping you birth the truest version of yourself on the planet. Okay, we have the silver waterfall. Oh, this is beautiful. We have the rainbow here. Okay, the rainbow is very healing. It's extremely healing energy. And I feel like I'm also getting pulled to chakras here. I feel like your chakra system is going to experience a radical healing I'm getting a lot from this card, through setting your emotions free. And allowing the universe to just bring you the bubbles. See the bubbles around her? The bubbles of manifestation around this person. And I feel like with the swan, I'm just feeling a sweetness here, a calm, a peace. And a lot of it's going to happen through your spiritual practice, be it you do what I brought forward or you have your own. Okay. I feel like you guys are on an ascension journey. All right. And your emotions are going to be set free. We have the distorted feminine. Okay. For a lot of you, this is what you're healing. You're healing distortions of your feminine energy. Okay. And many times that level of healing comes through feeling your emotions, anger, sadness. I feel like for this group, though, there's a lot of sadness that's been repressed. And you may be thinking, I've cried a lot. I've done it. Beneath that, there's more. Okay, because when we have serious things happen to us as children, and what's serious to you may not be serious to somebody else, and that's valid. Your experience is valid, their experience is valid. I don't expect other people to. I'm at the point in my life, and I feel like this is probably where you guys are going, where I don't care if other people validate my trauma. Okay, it's not necessary because I know it happened, and I feel like that's where you're going, that you won't need other people, and you will reach a point where a lot of you know you will never get closure. This was a very tough place for me to get. It took me many years, and I don't think it's going to take you guys as long. I give myself closure. That's the power of this self-love, of this radical confidence. That's the level of this bravery, is you no longer require others to validate you. And that includes trauma and bad experiences, because you know what you experienced. And you're complete in that. Other people knew it happened. They know it happened, whatever it was. And you may never get closure. And that is okay, because you really don't need their closure. You're the one that needs to close it. Some of you guys need to do a cord cutting, or you need to do a meditation where you picture cords being cut, or you do a prayer, whatever works for you, whatever your paradigm is. Okay, there's definitely some spiritual practices that I'm feeling that some of you would have a lot of help with this healing that's going on for you, with this level of courage that's being manifested through this healing. I think you have a lot to say. I keep getting pulled to the birds here. You may be an air sign or an earth sign. Air is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Earth is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And I feel like this healing is really going to set free a lot of your creative your creative visions. And I'm getting the butterfly here is about transformation. Then we have bubbles. When I see bubbles in a card, it's always about manifestation for me. Sometimes it's about spirits. I do feel like the bubbles could be ancestors as well. They gather about you, and you will get a lot of validation from spirit, because your validations are going to be moving from having people validate you to spirit validating you. And so the synchronicities will just be popping. Look for repetitive quotes, repetitive words, people giving you the same message, like repetitive tarot readings, things like that, because that's your ancestors talking to you and guiding you. And I feel like from this point out, as we do whatever spiritual practice we're drawn to kind of like heal up our systems, get grounded. I feel like each one of you have a very unique pathway. Okay, so it's important that you listen to your own internal voice and not the people outside yourself. So that's part of the reason why allowing the higher self, true authentic voice, God consciousness, whatever your ancestors have come through is so important. And that's really what this is about. This is about getting balance so that you can know the voice of your ancestors. You can know the voice of God consciousness or your higher self or yourself, however it resonates for you. Okay? All right, group one, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a most beautiful day. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group two, all of you that were drawn to happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. This is going to be your message from your ancestors. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some dice for numbers of alignment for you guys. These numbers will let you know that that your ancestors are guiding you when you see these numbers, okay? All right, we have 3 4s. Is that a 4? Oh, that's a 6. That's a 6. Okay. We have 4, 2, and 1. Okay, and for me, this is a deconstructed 3. This is a constructed 3, but a deconstructed 6. So we have 6, 6, 6. And I got that in the first reading, actually. I think there's a lot of changes coming to people's environments and their life. For you guys, it's in love and relationships. I'm feeling I've been directed to pull from love cards for you guys, cards I associate with love, and another deck as well. But I feel like if you're in a romantic relationship, it's about to change. Some of you guys know this isn't your person, okay? For others, your relationship is going to go through a deepening, a revealing kind of situation. If you're single, there is love coming for you, okay? So let's get into it and see. I'm going to be drawing from the Goddess Oracle. I haven't used this in a while, and I just felt really called to it for you guys. You are attracting love. You're attracting people. Your aura has or is going to be changing in frequency. And I'm getting a very specific guide here. This guide feels connected to hoodoo or voodoo, and very regal, very old. I see them smoking a pipe or a cigar or blunt. Whatever works for you. Okay, we're going to take this one. We have White Buffalo Calf Woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Okay, for some of you, this is a Native American guide coming through, a chief. Specifically, I feel a chief or female medicine woman coming through. The White Buffalo Calf Woman, basically, the story, very simple story that I'm going to tell. I'm not going to get into the details of it because it's a very wonderful story. But basically, a very magical feminine energy shows up and shows a tribe how to perform certain rites. And sometimes those rites had to do with tobacco and things like that. But she showed them how to work like magical rites to connect with the gods, to please the gods, to bring in abundance, food, things like that, good places to, because I feel like this is a nomadic tribe, so good places to settle at certain times of the year. And she communicated through weather. There may be a connection for you through weather. I don't think I've ever gotten that before, so I'm going to pull three of these. We have, oh wow, this is one of my guides. Wow. I'm not going to try to say her name with my teeth, with my denture situation. The joy permeated mother. The joy permeated mother. The joyful mother. Okay. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Ah, man. Anadamaye. Adamane. Adana. See, yeah, I feel her laughing at me. But it's not like mean or anything. I'm just getting a lot of awareness of your spiritual self, awareness of the love that you receive will be equal to the love you have for yourself. So it's really important that you continue to honor yourself. I think your ancestors are coming through. Some of you guys have ancestors from India as well. And I'm feeling like Hindu, you may have Hindu gods that come forward. I'm seeing Ganesh and Buddha coming forward as well. These may be symbols within your own spiritual complex or subconscious. And I feel like you're going to start feeling more abundant. That doesn't mean there won't be lack in your life. You know, a lot of us are experiencing lack, but true abundance is a frequency. It's a state of being. Where others see darkness, we see light. We see possibility. And I feel like your guides want to bring this to you. The possibility that love can be real. I feel like those of you who are in relationships and you know that it's not working, or you know that you're not feeling it as deeply as you should, there will be adjustments there. And you will heal in one of two ways. You will either go deeper, or it will be time to move on. And that transition can feel very big and very overwhelming. But what I'm feeling is that your guides want to help you draw people into your life who will love you and truly accept you, and not just accept you, but be your biggest cheerleaders. For some of you guys, this is friends. Maybe you haven't had, I feel like you guys haven't had a lot of deep connections recently. Some of you have let go of people, or you've walked away from friend groups that didn't work, or behaviors, and your ancestors are trying to align you with people who will help you find joy in life, who will be your biggest cheerleaders, who will support you and listen. And I think some of you may have a problem where when you're talking to somebody, a tape runs in your subconscious that says things like, they're not listening to me. They're not paying attention. And it doesn't matter what physical clues or vocal clues they give you that they're listening, you still don't feel heard. That has to do with you not having a voice throughout your life. And part of this change in love is you being able to speak your truth and feel heard, not necessarily feeling validated. They're different. It's different to hear someone and validate someone. I feel like, and I felt this in group one, you may be drawn to group one, but I feel like we're coming into a time where a lot of the people who have awoken or awakened are moving into kind of a next level where part of the pathway of ascension is no longer requiring validation outside ourselves for our states of being, holding sacred space for how we really are. And part of that is finding our voice. And in order to really be effective in the world, you have to speak your authentic truth. It doesn't mean you have to be rude or nasty. You can say it, and that's part of the journey, is learning how to express yourself in ways that aren't rude and nasty. They're just true. They're true for you. And that's part of healing your throat chakra. You guys might need to spend some time working on your throat chakra. Even if you feel like you're speaking your truth, there is a brighter energy coming to the density that you still hold, okay? And a lot of you guys feel blocked in love as far as like being able to communicate effectively with people or being able to open up at all. And part of that is healing. And for many of you, this healing is going to bring in someone new, pull you deeper to your person or pull them to you. And what will happen is as you grow more authentic, if this relationship isn't for you, you will feel it. You will know it. The resonance will leave. If this person is for you, it will grow stronger. Okay? I'm going to get this bottom card. We have the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. Okay. Another beautiful layer of love. And if you guys are feeling judged by your partner, or you've been harshly judged in your life, it may be hard to not judge your relationships as harshly. When we remove the judgment of a relationship and we just allow it to be whatever it is, we really open up the possibilities for the universe to bring us true love and to experience it. It's one thing to say you're in love. It's another thing to express it on a continual basis in a high frequency state. Okay. And for you guys, I feel like you're going to start to feel that high frequency love within yourself, within your own like spiritual complex, your own subconscious, your meditations, your dreams, because your ancestors are sending you more love, and they're sending God forms, guides, practices that will help you cultivate that love within you. Because before you can truly love another, this is absolutely true. Okay, I don't say there are many spiritual laws, okay, because I think rules are made to be broken. But one of the truest ones is that if you seek more love in your life, you have to love yourself more. Real, profound change starts within you, not outside yourself. You can paint a house all you want. You can put all the beautiful bushes in front of it. You can manicure the lawn. But if that house has termites, it's still going to fall. Okay, so it doesn't matter. It'll be a beautiful mess, but it will still be a mess, and it will still require work. So it's really important to honor the truth of you and not allow other people to dictate who you are or how you should love. Some of you guys need to go back to the drawing table and redefine what love is to you. What does it mean? And that means romantic, that means friends. Maybe you guys have healed so much that the old constructs of love and friendship don't seem to be fitting anymore. Or you're not finding people you call friend because your heart, your soul, your higher self, your emotions have healed to a point, but that mental program of what a friend is, of what a lover is, what that is, what family is still running, and that needs to be removed to allow a new frequency, a new form, a new definition of love and what that means to you. Because I guarantee you, if you reflect on this, you will find that your ideas about love, friendship, romance, all those things have drastically changed. If they haven't reached that state, you're moving to that state, and your ancestors want you to know. The pathway to truth of self really is love, and it is self-love. Okay, I was going to pull from that, but they want me to pull from the archetype oracle. Or it's not an oracle exactly, but it's archetype deck. Okay, I think it's an oracle, so there you go. All right, I'm going to get 3 cards from this deck. Tell me about this love. What's happening with this love with group 2? Tell me about the persons, the people, the things that are coming in love. Okay. Damsel, light attributes, understanding the nature of healthy romance, inspires you to rely on yourself. Okay, so I think I talked about this in another reading. I can't remember. I think it's the manifesting one. I can't remember exactly. But, okay, true love is not when someone completes you. Okay, that is a lie. If you rely on someone else to truly complete you, if that person leaves your life, then what happens? You are half the person you used to be. Okay? We, as children of Gaia that are going through an ascension process and healing patterns and all this stuff within our own lives and things, we're learning to love ourselves more. And when you love yourself more and you hold space for your authentic truth, you begin to understand that you are whole and complete within your own. The divine masculine and divine feminine and every energy in between is within you. True love is when you meet a partner an equal in your life who knows how to love and nurture you. They know how to talk to you. They know your energy. They feel familiar. Um, and they understand how your mind works. They understand your emotions. I'm not saying you don't disagree. I'm not saying there isn't issues to work through, but there's a general frequency between you two of calm, of peace, of joy, of happiness. This person will bring more happiness than sorrow. Okay? That is a wonderful new definition of love. Someone who sees you as you are, doesn't feel a need to change you at all, and honors your authentic voice, lets you be who you are. You know, I feel like it's very romantic to say this person is my inspiration, but that's a lot of pressure to put on another person. So is saying, hey, you're perfect for me. Perfection is an illusion. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be authentic and accept our flaws and all. And in love, that's the same expression we should all adhere to and work towards, is being authentic, loving someone authentically, understanding that it won't be perfect, understanding that we're flawed, they're flawed. We may have moments where we're toxic. We may have moments where we don't feel connected. That doesn't take any power away from the relationship. It makes it real. And that's what being authentic is about. That's how you get real love, is by being real and not letting the expectations of society or family or friends or the way people think it should be dictate how your love life is expressed. Okay? Some of you guys may feel like you can love more than one person, and you can. You know, every person's journey in romantic love, friendship, family, self-love is individual. We are not meant to be the same. That's the beauty of being human, is our imperfections, our differences. There's power in our differences. There's power in our sameness. And as a human, we need to examine all of those, right? Okay, I'm going to get the bottom one. And this one wants to pop out. You know what? I'm going to get another one. I just feel another one. So, okay. Okay, we have child orphan. And I'm being guided to read the shadow attributes. Feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. I feel like for some of you, you've been seeking a feeling of connection with other people, maybe groups. Maybe you have felt very outside the group. Maybe you have been I'm feeling like the black sheep of the family, or the rebel in the family. That rebellious spirit is going to serve you well. That uniqueness, your quote unquote weirdness, that is part of your superpower. Being different, not being like the herd, not just being able to take things at face value as, this is how it is, or this is how people are. I feel like you're a change maker. I felt that in the first group as well. I feel like you're a change maker in the way you love people. And there is powerful change, and it's going to manifest in your life. You're going to attract more people who have a similar frequency to you. There'll be more peace in your relationships. These are people who you won't just vent to. You can discuss like philosophy, religion, science, whatever's meaningful to you. You can have those conversations with them. And that could be a new partner. It could be new friends. It could be a friend group that grows deeper, or you decide to open up to. Some of you guys are going to decide that it's time to open up. Let some people in. Let some people in that gate. I'm getting like a dust up. I'm seeing a feather duster, like a feather duster dusting off that gate, opening the door up, and letting everybody in the roller rink. You know what I'm saying? Like, just come on in. It's crazy. I'm a mess. I'm imperfect. But you know what? I need my tribe. I need my people. I need my person. I need to go deeper. And if I can't go deeper with these people, I'm going to find the people I can, because I thirst for connection. I feel like you guys are thirsty for a deep connection. And if you're in a relationship that's not working and you're staying in it to fulfill an obligation, remember those obligations are obligations that you may feel pressure from society norms or expectations, okay? It's really important to stay on point with being authentic and not hide your feelings. Don't be afraid of how you feel. If you're not feeling a deep connection, tell your partner, I'm not feeling a deep connection right now. It doesn't mean I'm going to leave. It doesn't mean I'm going to stay. It just means what I'm feeling right now. And maybe you don't understand why. Part of your journey is to find out why. Why don't you feel the deep connection? Is it you? Is it something that you need to heal? Or is it the relationship? Or is it this the way your relationship's going to be for a while and that's okay too? There's a lot of possibilities. It's not yes or no. A lot of times it's a shade of gray. And part of the power of being okay in those shades of gray is you allow change to happen. And you don't judge it, and you don't judge yourself for needing certain things. It's really important that you speak your needs with this child orphan here. Speaking, there is an energy that a lot of people get when they feel very lonely and very isolated. It's desperation. I have felt this before. Desperation doesn't serve you attracting your person, okay? Desperation brings a lot of times people in who will take advantage, okay? So it's really important that you nurture and love yourself out of desperation, right? Not out of desperation, but out of the energy of desperation, okay? So you have to be real about how you feel. That's the very first thing you have to do. And if you feel desperate in some way, you have to say, I'm feeling desperate, ancestors. I don't feel good. Like, I feel desperate for love. I feel lonely. You know, talk to your ancestors. Ask them to intercede on your behalf. They're not going to do it unless you ask them. That's not how it works. You have free will here. And even though you may not feel that way, every decision you've made, even though you can't, you know, the universe is going to act the way it acts, let's just say right now. But every decision you've made, whether you felt forced to make it or not, you made it. You made that decision because you didn't see the other possibilities. And I feel like spirit, your guides are going to bring in the awareness that it's time to remove that filter of the have to, the expectation. It's time to remove that and look at love in a whole new way. Look at your life in a whole new way. Instead of thinking about what you can do for others, and giving and receiving is important, but I think out of desperation or this feeling of lack, of not being worthy, some of you guys have given too much of yourself and you've been taken advantage of. And there is a radical self-empowerment that comes when you nurture and love yourself out of the state of desperation and into the state of authentic truth. You begin to attract powerful people into your life who are there to help and heal you and be a friend. And that's a lot of times that's how your partner comes in. And many times before the material things change, a person shows up to help you raise your frequency, to help you know what you really want. And sometimes that person that comes in isn't forever. They're the person that comes in to help you decide to redefine love. So they're valid, they're important. Some may call them karmic, but they're valid, they're important. Every connection, every relationship you have has meaning. It has value, okay? So some of you guys are in a karmic and that's going to end, or it may go on for a while. It just depends. We're not going to judge a relationship based on it being a karmic or a twin flame or any of those labels. Labels don't really matter here. Energy does. Your energy becoming more authentic, becoming more open, becoming more real about what real love is. We have all these romantic notions fed to us by society. And the truth is, no one can fulfill those kind of romantic notions. Okay, at some point, it's going to fall off, unless that's who they really are. And that's kind of rare. I'm feeling a lot of water here, a lot of water sign energy. We have Virgin, maintain symbolic purity of heart and spirit. So I feel like there is a return or a manifestation of wonder in love, of understanding that although relationships have different, they have different cycles, generally speaking, it should be pleasant. If love doesn't feel good, then you need to examine, is that love? You need to ask the question, is that love? If there seems to be an underlying energy of being like disrespected or disempowered, you need to examine your definition of love. And is this working? Is that what this is? but it doesn't mean don't talk about it. You need to have conversations. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you need to have conversations about this. If you're not in a relationship with somebody and you're moving towards that or you're attracting them, this is one of the conversations you guys need to have. You need to be very clear about your expectations. There's a lot of guessing games that go on in romance and in friendship, in families, and we have to learn to communicate more because people, we can't assume that people know what we need or how we are, right? And the more open we can be, and so not everyone you meet is going to be worthy of that, okay? They're not all going to be the person who you need to open up and spill your guts to. That's part of this journey, is the learning who's for you and who is not. And for some of you, there are not just karmic, like romantic relationships, but friendships that need to be let go, or connections of some kind. And part of what your ancestors are going to do is help you figure out, what is your definition of love and friendship and family? Does this relationship fit this definition? Does my definition need an update? Or do my friends need an update? And it doesn't mean cut off contact. It means you shift your energy. You know, it doesn't mean that you lose those friends, but you're probably going to gain some more friends, okay? You're going to gain new people in your life, okay? All right. We have angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Okay, I feel like for you guys, there is a lot of angelic energies around you with your guides. Some of them are guides, some of them are ancestors. That's a whole nother video. But no matter how you resonate, there is an angelic energy about you of being blessed in love. And it has to do with all, this is hard work. You know, I'm sitting here channeling this information for you from your ancestors, but I'm going to tell you, this isn't easy, because a lot of times you fail to fulfill other people's expectations, and they get very upset, and you find yourself alone. Understand that when your life feels empty like that, when people are removed and there's nobody coming to fill it up, you're usually going through a very deep healing process where you're learning to accept more of yourself. You're being called to spend more time with yourself. Get to know who you are. If you're redefining love, what your definition of love is, many times you're going to be redefining a lot of things about your life. The way you treat yourself. All love, all true love, all authentic love begins within you. And truly, until you love yourself, the power of loving another is a little bit filtered. You don't feel the intensity. A lot of times you don't feel the emotion as deeply. And for some of you who don't feel emotionally connected to your person very much, or you feel incapable of it, it has to do with the fact that you're repressing some of your emotion. You're not expressing it. You're pushing it down. You're disassociating or putting it in a box in your mind and going back to it. And if you're left in a situation where there isn't many people in your life, just know that's the time to re-examine those things. You're being given time to, like, take yourself to the park, go to the movies by yourself, read some books, go where you're guided, meditate if you're called to, be creative, start writing, do the things that feed your soul. And that's going to give you clarity on who you are, on where you want to go. If you want to be single, if you want to have somebody in your life, you're going to be able to see more possibilities. Right now, you may not see many. Seeing possibilities will open up your life for new people and new experiences of yourself and others. And it's profoundly powerful. Okay? All right, group 2, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a most beautiful day, and I'll see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected wishes come true, rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. All right, so this is going to be your reading, your messages from your ancestors. The first thing I feel guided to do is to throw some dice for you guys and get some numbers of alignment. These numbers will signify your ancestors working with you or speaking to you, okay? Alignment, basically. Okay, we have 5, 5, 6, 4, 1, 3. Okay, so 5s are going to be numbers of of alignment. I feel like change coming for you guys. I felt this in every group. So I do feel like you're on step two. You're at step two. That's why step two isn't here. You're going to three. Okay. This has to do with something big you're working on. So you're going to the next level. Okay. And change is coming. Change is coming. I feel like for many of you, you're in transition. You're moving into the frequency of three. So 333, 33. You may see those numbers a lot. You may see repeating fours, repeating fives, repeating sixes as well. Okay, so let's get some more energy here on what is going on for you guys. Big dreams, big goals. Big goals, things you want to do. I feel like you guys are aligned with your life purpose. And I feel like many of you guys know you're on it. You know you're on it. You know you're on that path. You know you're on the journey. And your ancestors are coming forward to help you transition into the next level. The next level of change. And for many of you, it's going to be powerful because it's going to be a sign of your manifestation. And it's going to hit you so intensely and so I feel quickly for some of you guys that it's going to take your breath away a little bit. You may feel a little bit of anxiety here. Okay, tell me about what's going on, what you want group one to know. What is the message for, not group one, group three? You may be drawn to group one. If you are, there may be a message there for you. Okay, tell me what is going on. What do you want to tell group three? I'm going to get 3 cards here. You know what? I'm going to get 4. Okay. 4, number of stability, no reversals. Okay, we have relationship, parting, or ending. Okay, for some of you guys, you've ended a job, you've ended something that was stable. It might be a relationship. You may feel called to end something very soon. This is part of the transition of your energy. It may be that in your career or what you're working on, your life purpose, etc., that you are switching it up a little bit. You're changing the frequency of what you're doing. What's happening is your frequency has changed. And so now it is manifesting in the world, and you're going to see the powerful connection between the work you've done and how it has affected your life, your simulation, your matrix, the world, that kind of thing. You're going to be more aware of your deeper and more profound connection to manifesting things. It's going to make itself known. We have the Book of Shadows, messages, magic, manifesting. There you go. Yeah, I feel like many of you guys have done magic. You've done some kind of spiritual practice, law of attraction, whatever it is. You've been working on manifesting something very powerful because it's very different from what you've experienced before. And that's part of why your ancestors are coming forward. It's going to feel weird. You may actually be in the middle of manifesting and find yourself sad. And the sadness coming forward has to do with letting the past go. You feel it leaving. You feel the release of it. And you're moving into an energy that you may not, well, you haven't been in before because it's part of this manifesting energy. And it's part of the magic you've done, of the work you've done, be it magical, subconscious, however this resonates. Okay, we have full moon, completion, maturity, growth. Some of you guys have done a full moon working, spiritual, manifesting, whatever, and it is going to blossom. Okay, it's going to blossom relatively soon. I'm saying within the next 2 to 3 moon cycles, you will begin to see something happen that will, I don't want to say the word shock you, but will move you to the reality that it worked. What you did work, or it's working. And I feel like for you guys, you need to move in from the energy of I'm manifesting it to it is here. It is here. I'm doing it. It's manifesting around me right now as I sit here. It's manifesting. As you move into that energy, you will find that you become more aware that your own frequency has changed, and so is your reality. Okay, some of you guys are shifting, some of you guys are shifting into a new timeline, or you're becoming more aware that you're in a new timeline, that things around you feel different. It may feel uncomfortable. Okay, a lot of times when we manifest our big goals and big dreams, they're big goals and big dreams because they feel so outside ourselves. And when we move into the energy where we are manifesting. We're trying to manifest to it's happening now. I am that energy. That energy is within me, and now the universe is going to mirror that back to me in good things like abundance, opportunities, people, places, and things, whatever this was about. Okay, we have the spider web, entangled, strong, unseen. And no matter how much you've manifested this, no matter how much spell work you've done, you still won't see this coming, because whatever this is, be it something repeating, maybe it's money or a person or something just starts to flow for you, you're not going to see it coming. And I feel like you won't see it coming because you're concentrated on doing the work. Okay, so it's going to take something pretty intense to get your attention, because you're in flow. You're just flowing. You're going as you're guided. You're guided. You're freeing yourself from expectations of how you have to be, to expectations that align more with your authentic self. And those are expectations you put on yourself. And I feel like for many of you, you'll be called to reflect on those expectations, maybe change them. Some of you guys don't need to work as hard as you're working. I've gotten that message in other readings before, especially these ancestor readings. You don't have to work as hard as you're working. You need to, if you do not have an ancestor altar or do not alter your ancestors in some way, it would be really great if you did. And it could be simply like putting out a glass of wine or cider or whatever and offering it to your ancestors. It can be that simple. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to have all the doodads or all the pictures. Your intention within your heart is the most truest frequency. You know, you can dress up coal all you want, paint it, make it as great as it can be, but it ain't a diamond. Okay, the diamond is within the coal. The frequency is what's important. Your intention to connect with your ancestors is what's important. And I do feel like some of you guys have ancestors that are, of certain paradigms, and they're all around you. These are practices throughout your bloodline. For some of you, they're practices from past lives that are coming through. Some of you guys may be drawn to some ancient cultures that you've never been drawn to before, and you're going to have powerful insights within the research and reading that you do, and it's going to help you align more with this life purpose. It's going to bring you through the situation where this powerful alignment happens for you. And your ancestors really want you to get into the habit of, instead of saying I'm trying to manifest or I am manifesting, it is manifested. It is here. It is manifesting around me right now. I see it in my life, and you will begin to see the veil be lifted. Your blindness to what's manifesting for you be lifted, and you're going to be more aware of it. It's a very intense kind of energy, okay? I'm going to get a card or two or three from this Witch's Oracle. Some of you guys may be, I'm feeling your ancestors may call you to a new paradigm within the craft, or a complete other spiritual pathway for you to align with. Now, what I'm getting from your ancestors is it doesn't mean you leave one completely. This is about your authentic voice. So if something resonates with you, keep that thing in your practice that resonates with you, but be open to adding to your pathway, or taking that thing that resonates, basically put it on your back and going down a different pathway. Carry it with you, okay? All right. We have Nocturnal Witch, darkness, night, fortitude. Okay, for some of you guys, if you've never done magic at night, it'll be really powerful for you. It'll help reveal hidden things. I'm feeling hidden things, these unseen things are going to be revealed to you. Okay, and it's really going to be powerful. It's a level of awareness you may never have had before. Crystal Witch, earth, medicine, energy, protection. Okay, your ancestors want you to know that you are highly protected right now. Nobody can touch you. What's going on with you is extremely sacred, and it's very important. Okay, so let me move all these up a little bit for you guys. I feel like you probably don't realize, and sometimes this happens with our guides and things like that. They don't really tell us everything that's going on, because we're aligning with something that is so big, so large, so life-changing, that if they told us how long it was going to take to get there, if they told us what was at the end of the rainbow, we may change what we do. It may affect what we do. And we don't, I'm seeing like the ancestors saying, we don't want to affect the outcome by telling you too much. So, sometimes things are hidden from us for a reason. But I feel like the ancestors are going to remove this filter that you have so you can see what's manifesting. Because what it's going to do is it's going to inspire gratitude. It's going to inspire more bold moves. It's going to inspire more magic. It's going to help you become more powerful. Okay? All right, we have Wiccan witch, religion, occult, worship. Okay, some of you guys are called to the occult or you are involved in the occult. I feel like there is some pieces for you that are behind this occulted knowledge, okay? And that's why it's so important for you to follow your curiosity. Your ancestors are helping you align with this. You need to ask them for help in this area. Ask them to guide you to the occulted information that you need to help you see what's hidden from you. Okay? Because I'm feeling like the spider goddess has already weaved your web, your timeline, already weaved this creative thing for you, whatever you have been manifesting. But now it's time to remove the blinders and see it so you can self-validate the powerful work that you've done. Okay? If we are blind to our manifestations, if we're so deep in the I'm working so hard to try to make it happen, we often are blind to it actually happening around us, okay? And you will feel the energy. I think that's really what the guides, your ancestors want you to do. They want you to be able to say, it is happening right now, because that opens you up to feeling the frequency of this manifestation happening. They work together, if that makes any sense. We have music witch, vibration, harmony, frequency. You guys are changing your frequency. Your life is going to become more harmonious. And I think your relationship with your ancestors is going to become more intense because you're going to realize the powerful insight they've given you. It's like you have I'm seeing, remember in high school, pep squads? I'm seeing like a whole pep squad full of ancestors, just rooting you on, cheering you on. Do not give up. I feel like some of you guys have gotten really down. And, we all get down. That's part of reality. But you've gotten so down that the small wins that you have gotten haven't been as celebrated as they really need to be, okay? Because I feel like you are more victorious than what you think you are. You just haven't allowed yourself to see it. That's part of loving yourself and being authentic. It's not just, feeling like you have to work so hard to earn your worth. It's being able to see that you are worthy because you are, and you are powerful. And you have made changes in your environment. You've made changes in your reality. You have overcome. A lot of you have used magic, prayer, chanting, whatever, to overcome obstacles. You've casted it on yourself. A lot of people, a lot of casters forget some of the most powerful magic you'll ever do is the magic you cast on yourself. Self magic. We're not just casting outside of ourselves, we're casting within ourselves. And it makes us more powerful. It makes our magic more effective. So if you haven't casted ever on yourself or done prayers or manifestation practices, whatever this is, on yourself, you're called to in the next moon cycle. And what you will see is your manifestations start to blossom within probably 3 moon cycles. Some people it takes 3 to 4. Some people it takes 2. Some people it's right away. It just depends where you are. Okay. And as you ask your ancestors to come in and communicate with you more, I feel like they're going to give you practices to do that will help increase your own ability to cast on yourself and therefore casting on your environment. Raising your frequency changes your world. It changes how you see the world. It changes your emotional state. It changes your magical state, okay? And I feel like a lot of your ancestors are just saying all that energy that you put outside yourself, be it magical, intention, work, emotion, mental, whatever, put that same energy on yourself. Invest it. That doesn't mean drag yourself down, overthink. It means take that mental, whatever energy this is, and turn it on yourself as fertilizer for growth. I'm seeing that miracle grow stuff in the states we have that helps plants grow. I'm seeing that. Like, use that energy to help manifest this wish by investing more in yourself and doing things that help you become more aware of the changes that have taken place in your life. You know, embrace the victories. I don't care how small they are. You still did it. You still made that happen. You still did the work. You bared down. You know, some of you guys are working way too hard, okay? And you need to lighten up on yourself. All right, you can't stay in intensity all the time. You will burn out, and you can burn yourself out magically. You can burn yourself out mentally in all kinds of ways, right? And your ancestors do not want you to burn out. So you're going to have to say no. You're going to have to say no and rest sometimes. I know. It can be hard. That's easier said than done. I get it, okay? But you just need to do it, okay? You just need to do it. Okay, we have faithfulness. Okay, it's time for you to be faithful to you. And it's important that if you're going to do some work in the next moon cycle, that if your ancestors or guides or whatever, I'm feeling ancestors, give you like practices to do as part of this like magical working, be sure that you stay true to that, okay? And be sure that there's like time constraints, and it usually when you get information like that from an ancestor, it's very precise. And it's precise because they want you to have boundaries. They don't want you to overgive, and they don't want you to give too little. It's really an exercise in you learning how to flow with energy, you learning how to trust your intuition. It will also help you become more psychic, more gifted with divination, more gifted with healing. And the greatest work you will ever do magically is the work you do on yourself. Okay, it is how you become a grand master, like spiritual witch, priestess, high priest, that kind of thing. It's how you walk into that, is you know without a shadow of a doubt that you are aligned with that internal universe, that God consciousness, that higher self, the voices of your ancestors. You and them are one. And you don't feel the separation anymore. That's how you begin to really understand how powerful you are. And so when magic is done from within you, within the core of your magical self, expressed towards the outside world will reflect it back to you. You have to stand in the seat of your power. I know that sounds weird because it's a seat of power, right? But I'm seeing standing in the seat of your power is action. It's very important that you take action on the things, the dreams, the goals, the wishes. You can't just like make a wish, light a candle, and expect it to happen. You have to commit and be faithful to seeing it through, doing the work, however that manifests. Your ancestors may give you like things they want you to do, like look at starting a website, or look at new training, or look for a new job, or start hanging out at this coffee shop. It could be very different for different people because your ancestors are aligning you with a new frequency. So many times there'll be changes in your life that help alter that frequency. And it's really not changing your frequency. It's changing your awareness that your frequency has indeed changed. And the things that you've been working to manifest in your life are actually happening around you, and you have been so honed in on the work that you cannot see it. Okay, we have intuition, mugwort. Some of you guys need to get some mugwort. I work with mugwort. Get some incense, get some tea, look into it, look into the uses of it. Some of you guys need to start using more cumin in your practice. We have sage purification. Okay, I feel like your ancestors want you to clear your energy more often. It's going to sharpen your intuition. Different practices have different ways of clearing your energy. It could be as simple as burning some sage. You may be drawn to sage. Sage, some people have a lot of opinions about sage, but I use a lot of dragon's blood in my own practice, Palo Santo as well. Sage can be good. Clear your space. And some of you guys need to work on your third eye more. You may have been avoiding it for some reason. It's like you're trying to avoid your innate abilities. And part of this wish fulfillment, part of this manifestation is you owning your gifts, all of them, even the ones that make you uncomfortable. I have gifts that make me uncomfortable, that I have a lot of like protective energy about. Like for me, it is channeling the dead, talking to those who have passed over. I have my own personal boundaries about that. And sometimes our ancestors call us to re examine our boundaries and understand why we have them, or maybe why it's time to adjust them. Wow, I feel like I'm being read here. Anyway, that happens sometimes. You may feel that way too. So, for some of you, these are some herbs. Maybe you're an herbal witch or a kitchen witch, or you're just into herbalism. Look into the health uses, look into the magical uses, look into the symbolism of these three herbs, because I find that for some of you, this will lead you down a different pathway. For some of you, you're being called to do more herbalism, herbal magic, things like that. So just be open to that. And I feel like, oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to touch the mic here. I'm gonna get like one more. I'm gonna get one more card for you guys. Anything else, ancestors? Anything else? Anything else for group 3? Your manifestations are coming. We have abundance as I pulled that card. Your abundance, if you guys have been working on abundance, this could be abundance of friends, it could be abundance of opportunity. I feel like it's coming, okay? Be patient. Part of you getting this abundance is you being able to see that it is forming around you now. Now, not later. You've done the work, okay? I'm not telling you to stop working, but you've already put in a whole lot of work. So now it's time to receive the abundance from the universe. For some of you guys, you need to do a bay leaf kind of little bay leaf, right? Where you write down your desires. Maybe you already have done it and you burn it. You can do that at the new moon. You can also do it at the full moon and use it as a way to let go of things. So you can use it either way. All right, group 3, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a most beautiful day. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And I'll see you, beautiful magical creatures, next time. Bye, guys.